Hey, this is Katie with Wildflower Homeschool and Tiny House Homestead, and this is video assignment number 5 for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op, which today's question is, why do we homeschool? And there are 3 parts to this question. The first one is, did I always intend to homeschool? What were my initial reasons for homeschooling, and have my reasons changed? And I did not always plan on homeschooling. I liked the idea of homeschooling, but I didn't really think that it was feasible for my situation. I have always been a working parent. Shortly after each of my kids were born, I went back to work. I worked in a preschool most of the time they were little, so I was in the same building with them because I wanted to be close with them, but I still needed to financially work. And when they were 2 and 4, I went through a divorce and I became a single parent. And then homeschooling wasn't even a consideration because it wasn't even a thought in my head because there was no way I could homeschool and be a single parent because I had to work. But then they went to school, and at the end of 3rd grade for my oldest and 1st grade for my youngest, really in the beginning of the year, I started to realize that the system was broken and that it was not working well for us. And I just was very unhappy with it. And my initial reason, to just sum it up in one word, is testing. There was so much testing going on. It was like that was all that was happening. That was the most important part of schooling, was to train these kids to do well on the test. Starting in kindergarten, they were taking, they were called DE tests, Discovery Education tests, 3 or 4 times a year, which are like half-day long standardized testing. They do both, reading and math, and it was just super stressful. Every Friday, they were doing a math test, a reading comprehension test, spelling test, vocabulary test, and a reading fluency test beginning in kindergarten. They were just pushing testing way too much. My older daughter did great on tests. My younger daughter did well score-wise on test, but it really stressed her out. She's a perfectionist. She wanted to do really well, and it was a very stressful environment for her. She was coming home from school. When she would read anything, she would take a big deep breath and yell it really loud, like she had been trained to do for the reading fluency test. And they set a timer down in front of her and they timed her as she was reading. That was not going to work for her because that just really stressed her out. And then my older daughter was scoring very, very high on the standardized test, but her grades in the classroom started to drop in 3rd grade. Not horrible, but when you're scoring in the 99th percentile on the standardized test and you're making B's and C's in school, and I ask your teacher about it and the teacher says you're fine and wouldn't send home any work or let me know what was going on, that didn't fly with me. So it just was not something that I thought was a good environment. I had no idea what was going on. And I just thought homeschooling was going to be much better for my kids. And so after 3rd and 1st grade, I pulled them out of school, and we are now in our 2nd year of homeschooling. They are in 5th and 3rd grade now, and we love it. Have my reasons changed? They haven't changed because I still would never send them back to school because of testing, but they have expanded greatly. There are so many benefits to homeschooling. My whole life philosophy regarding really everything is changing in my research and experience in homeschooling. We are much more relaxed. We learn through everyday experiences. We've gradually reduced our sit-down book work, but we're still learning just as much. It's just been a really, really great experience. Would I ever send them back to school? I mean, maybe. I'm a single parent. I don't think all public schools are bad. I don't think the idea of public school is bad. And if I do ever have to send my kids back to public school, I know that they'll be okay. But for right now, and for as long as I can, I am very, very happy homeschooling. We are not like your traditional, what you would think of as homeschoolers. We don't homeschool for religious reasons. We follow a mostly secular curriculum. I'm not non-religious. I want separate curriculum from religion. We don't incorporate any type of religion in our curriculum choices. I mean, I'm also a single parent, so that kind of makes me pretty different from any of the other homeschoolers that I have met. At least locally, there's not very many. Actually, I've never met any other single parent homeschoolers. So, you know, I feel a little different in that aspect. I'm also working, so the other moms don't work either. But I mean, homeschooling is still working really well for us, and I'm very happy. Some of the other reasons that I would say we've gained as far as homeschooling is reading is a big one. We love to read now. We read as a family. Our culture of our family has changed through the books that we've read. It's really bonded us together as a family, and we learn a whole lot through reading. My kids also have time to be a lot more creative. They're able to pursue their own passions and their interests, and they're able to educate themselves in those areas. My oldest daughter really enjoys creating videos and editing videos and designing characters and storylines for her videos. So that's been really enjoyable for her, and she's had the time to be able to do that. My younger daughter really loves animals, and she's been able to spend a lot of time with our animals. She also has requested to take gymnastics, which we are going to start next month. And then my older daughter has really been interested in the piano, asked to take piano this year, and has excelled very much in that area. Those are my main reasons for homeschooling. There are so many other little tiny ones that I could make a very long video on that, but I won't. These are just the main general ideas, main reasons why we homeschool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not checked out the Virtual Homeschool Co-op yet, definitely go check them out. There's lots of great video responses to other questions as well as this one. I'm really interested in seeing everybody else's reasons for homeschooling because I know that there are so many, and the reasons are just growing and expanding. The homeschool community is so diverse now, and there's all different types of people and different reasons to homeschool. So I'm really interested to see who all is contributing and what all your reasons are for homeschooling. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, check out my other videos. I do stuff on single parent homeschooling and single parent living, finances. I'm about to start building a tiny house. I want to get out of my mortgage and be completely debt free, including my home. We are beginning homesteading. We have a garden and some chickens right now, but we are going to expand in homesteading also. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be posting more videos for the VHC soon.